Javier Castillo-Pinto arrived in the United States in May after a months-long arduous journey through Central America. The 41-year-old left his family behind in Venezuela in search of a better life for him and his children. But having made it across the US-Mexico border and all the way to Washington D.C, life since has been far from easy.
Mi sentimiento estando aquí en los Estados Unidos, lejos de mi familia.
My feelings, being here in the United States, away from my family, are on the floor. I have 3 kids and my wife in Venezuela. I've had 20 years of marriage and we've never been separated until now. It was a very difficult decision.
Muy dura tomarla en Venezuela, venirme a Estados Unidos y dejar a mi familia.
Javier's been living for weeks in what he describes as a bug-ridden and overflowing homeless shelter. Yet he doesn't have the money to leave. Without asylum status, he can't legally work.
That, in a sense, is the crux of the challenge. Without a job, thousands of migrants are having to rely on housing and healthcare paid for by the district in order to survive. They're living in limbo, unable to sustain themselves, and it's costing the government millions.
Since its creation last year, Washington's Office of Migrant Services has spent more than $15 million on lodging, food and other aid, according to the Department of Human Services. This Days Inn is one of the hotels under contract, closed to the public, packed full of migrants. The DC Council is seeking federal reimbursement to foot the bill, but that emergency cash only covers 30 days of temporary housing. Many stay for much longer. And new rules at the southern border aimed at dissuading unlawful entry haven't deterred thousands more asylum seekers. A surge there might see expenses here climb to over $50 million by the end of the summer. For non-profits like SAMU, in part funded by the state, it's crucial that financial constraints don't hinder the ability to offer humanitarian support.
The people are still coming. They have always come in different numbers. We are prepared and ready to meet their needs no matter how many we have. You know, if there's 100 today and 5 tomorrow, we're still going to be here. We're still going to be providing the same kind of care, which is, focused on respect and dignity and treating people like we think that they should be treated. So for us, influxes, changes, none of that stuff really matters. We are here and we're prepared no matter what happens.
No elegí Washington. Digamos que Washington me eligió a mí.
That will come as a relief to Javier. I didn't choose Washington, he tells us. Washington chose me. He remains optimistic. Yet the burden of proof to be granted asylum is high. The cost to house migrants is spiralling. If his claim is denied, he could be deported. An American dream turned nightmare. Benji Hyer, CGTN, Washington, D.C.